Good morning, everybody, and welcome to your Monday morning motivation. I'm so psyched to be here because it's an awesome, beautiful day outside. It's cold up here in northern Alberta, but that's okay because I get to stay inside where it's nice and warm. We've been having some problems with our furnace the last week. We finally got it to kind of work, but there's still some corners of the house that's a little bit on the chilly side, which I'm okay with, as long as the main part of the house is good, right? So I'm just sending an invite to a few people that I know that would like to be on live with me because they're awesome. Let's see. Who else should I invite? I got a few people on there. Anyway, awesome. Oh, hey. Hey, Brandy, Amanda, Gina. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope you all had a great weekend. We didn't do too much around here for the weekend. We went to a birthday party on Saturday, and that was fun. Actually, it was Jenna's little girl's birthday party. Her second oldest and mine. Hey, Jenna, I was just talking about you. Yours and mine are about the same age, so they're good friends. And yeah, they had a blast at the birthday party, just playing and stuff. It was fun. Got to BS with Jenna for a while, and that was awesome too because I don't get to talk to you nearly enough. Especially when we're not going anywhere. If we don't meet up at gymnastics or something, then it's hard for us to touch base sometimes. But it's great to get out of the house to a birthday party once in a while, right? What else? Yesterday I didn't do too much. Got outside a lot even though it was cold. I did chores, and luckily for me, my chores usually involve going back and forth to the shop. So I'm either hauling stuff in or hauling stuff out. Grain out, wood in, stuff like that. So I was doing a bunch of that. Plus I had to change the blanket on the donkey. He was a little cold, so I switched his rain blanket out to keep the snow out. I switched that out for his winter blanket because he was cold, and it has a neck on it for his he's very sensitive. So switched out his blanket and shoveled the walkway some more. And what else? Dewormed the cats. I got lots done yesterday, actually. I did pretty good. Some laundry, dishes, cleaned out. Oh, my one counter on the far side is always got like stuff on it. And I don't think it's been like completely cleaned off and like wiped down in forever because I'm horrible that way. But we got rid of a couple things on that side, and then we wanted to replace the light that's under the counter. It's a really dark part of the kitchen is underneath that counter. So we wanted to replace those lights, and my husband's like, we got to clean that off. So he cleaned it off, and then we had to like wipe it down. Hey, Jay, how's it going, buddy? Hope you're staying warm if you have to work today, bud. So we cleaned that off, and oh my God, was it ever gross. But it looks so much nicer under there now. We got everything cleaned out, wiped a bunch of stuff down, found a couple things that I need to get rid of. So I put them up on the marketplace for sale. And yeah, just very eventful day yesterday. So it was amazing. And I found an awesome topic for you guys to talk about. The 8 hacks to boost your self-confidence. Hey, Julie, you're just in time. Good morning, good morning. So when I started out on my online journey almost 2 years ago, to do this sort of thing, Brandy says that Jason's home today and tomorrow, but working Friday, Saturday. Boo, working on the weekend, but hopefully it's warmer by then. At least you're home during the cold days. Yuck. When I started on my online journey, I was not super, super confident. I was not the person to do these sort of go lives, to put myself out there, right? I thought that putting myself out there leave me vulnerable and leave me to get cut down. But in all honesty, being able to get in touch with my, really see who I am as a person, as a mom, and being able to take the time to do that has helped boost my self-confidence big time. And I didn't want to do this here today, but I didn't want to hide in the bathroom again. But you can see like the side of my face is all like washed out because the sun's starting to come in. So I was thinking about what I have done in the over the last 2 years to boost my self-confidence. And it hasn't even been like the first year was like me muddling around, trying to figure it out. Honestly, I was like, I had no idea how to go about boosting my confidence. You could Google all the articles that you want. There's so many out there. There's a million articles on self-confidence, how to boost your self-confidence. But until you actually apply things to your own life, sometimes you don't understand where they're coming from. And so I found that just kind of thinking about what I've done over the last 2 years, and even the last year is where I've actually felt like I've applied the things that I've learned, and I've learned so much more about myself over the last year that I can take those things and apply them to this list. So, number 1, strengthening your mind you would not think has anything to do with your self-confidence, but it is the world when it comes to building your self-confidence and building your trust in yourself to build the confidence to put yourself out there. It's a state of mind. It can be achieved through a bunch of intentional actions, but you have to allot a little time each day to do them. And that is where, your self-care comes in for sure. Things to do like reading, not like smut books or Westerns or whatever that my husband likes me to read to him. He likes me to read Western novels to him, but ever since I started reading all these self-development books, I'm like, hey, I'll read these to you, because I read them in the evening. I read, and he always bugs me when he's on commercial, because he's watching TV, I'm reading, and then when the show that he's watching goes on commercial, he bugs me, and I'm like, do you want me to read to you? He's like, no, I don't want you to read to me. I'm like, well, it's almost like a threat, but in reality, I would love to read some of this stuff to him, and he would like take note of some of the things that I've been putting into my own brain. But reading is huge, like reading self-development novels. I'm at the tail end of Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. It is very technical, but I'm in the meditation part of it where he explains like how to go through the meditations that you need to rewire your brain to break the habit of being yourself, right? So I have to like read it and then I'm like, wait, and read it again. Cause sometimes I'm like, what? Don't quite get it, but then I get it, and then I like do a little journaling, and it's taking a little bit more time to go through it than a normal book would. Exercising, I know lots of people, I'm like, I don't like exercising, but since doing the 75 hard last year and now doing it again, it's been a huge staple of mine. And, in last week I talked about how exercise can boost your cognitive abilities, right? Cardiovascular exercise or aerobic exercise can boost your cognitive abilities. So that is like brain work. I think maybe if I move back here a little bit, it's not so much on my face. There we go. Meditation. And I was just talking to my friend Anna about this morning. How she needs to heal her brain is meditation. Taking, and not even like, she said that meditation is about clearing your mind. And it's not necessarily about clearing your mind. I meditate and my mind it's hard. You can't just perfectly clear your mind, especially if you've got like a million things on the go or you got things. It's about calming your mind and recognizing the thoughts that are passing through it. It's about noting the things that that go through your brain when you try to calm your thoughts and center yourself. And you're like, okay, well, yes, I'm thinking that right now. Cool. Thank you for going through my brain. Have a great day. Like, send it on its way. Note your thoughts and send them on their way. And I know that's super, super, super hard. Yes, Brandy, she does need to listen to Todd Campbell. He is amazing and will definitely help her brain heal. Jenna says observing your thoughts and connections in your body. Yes, and that's what That's what meditation is about. It's not about clearing your mind. Nobody can have a perfectly clear mind at any given time. I don't care how many hours a day monks meditate, they still have thoughts going through their mind. Sorry, guys. I'm calling your bluff. So meditation is huge. And they say meditation, and even any of these things, should be done in the morning or even in the evening when before, like, I like to do my things in the morning before my brain is in a reactive state. So I don't look at my phone. Jenna says you're dead if you don't think. Yes. I don't look at my phone. Like, I don't look at the notifications on my phone. I don't scroll Facebook. I don't scroll emails or nothing until I've completed, like, my meditation, my workout. Those are the two biggest things that get done in the morning before I need to be reactive in the world. And that, I think, has been the biggest transition for me, because before I started doing all this stuff, days were just days. And sometimes it just, you just go with the flow, right? So having that time to yourself to do these things for yourself is probably going to be your biggest thing. That's why I put it at number 1. Now, number 2, discard negative thoughts you don't need. While mindfulness, people call mindfulness is a kind of a new concept. Psychiatrists are calling it like a new concept. It's been around for ages. People just don't use it, in my mind. They get up in the morning, they turn on their phones, and stuff's coming at you, and your brain doesn't have time to process. It doesn't have time to think. It doesn't have time to do anything before you're bombarding it with stuff. Taking the time to be mindful of yourself, it teaches you how to use your thoughts as tools, whether they're positive or negative. It doesn't matter at this point. They are tools in your life, and how to make and in your confidence building, for sure. You strengthen the thoughts that you need, and toss the ones that you don't need. So their thoughts, all of the thoughts you take, some of them you keep and you strengthen. The negative ones, you get them out of there. You acknowledge their presence. You thank them for being there, because they're there to protect you. Most of the time they're thoughts that they're limiting beliefs, if you want to call them that. You take them and you say, thank you, I love you, thank you for being there, thank you for protecting me. But guess what? This isn't the cave era anymore. I'm not a caveman. I'm not a Neanderthal. I got this. This is not the way we need to think anymore. And if it helps, especially at the beginning, and this is what I did to help me big time with my negative thoughts. And don't get me wrong, I still get them, but I treat them differently now. I don't really acknowledge, I don't nurture them. I don't strengthen them like I do with my positive thoughts. I take my negative thoughts, I write them down, and I turn them into the powerful positive opposite. And those of you that are a part of my community, like Brandy and Jason, what the powerful, you know where this came from is Adrian Wesley. You take your negative thoughts, you write them down, and you make a table, and on the other side you turn them into the powerful positive opposite, and you repeat the powerful positive opposite to yourself like a bunch of times to just get rid of that negative thought. But the negative thought also helps you to grow, right? Because you're like, oh, well, I'm acknowledging that negative thought, and then you turn it into the positive, right? And that just makes it so much easier for you to change other negative thoughts into the positive. So I think that's all I had on that note. Brandy says, yes. Awesome. Okay, girl. Number 3, live a life of personal growth. This one was really hard for me because I did not think that I was worthy to grow as a person. I did not think that I needed to. I'm like, well, this is who I am, and why do I need to grow? But putting yourself in situations, in relationships, in courses, situations that force you to grow, make sure that you're always expanding. that you're always transitioning onto the next thing, and that's what helps your confidence. Committing to regular growth and showing up are keys to confidence. Brandy says, amen. Amen, sister. I feel you. Between last year, I put myself in so many different situations where I needed to expand myself and grow. Starting this Go Live on a weekly basis. This is Go Live number 4. Well, this is episode number 46. I've done this for 47 weeks because I've done a Wednesday one that I don't count in the series. But I've done 47 straight weeks of Go Lives for you guys to bring you value. And this was huge for me because I didn't know where to start. And this makes me think of topics every week, or it puts myself out there, right? And I'm getting faces being made at me. What? Over there? By your Red Bull? Thanks, Brandy. She tells me she's proud of me. And one other thing that I totally did outside my comfort zone was doing that 5K, that Foam Fest. It's a fun run, but just getting out there and doing that run in July was huge. If you've not seen my Go Live after doing that run, it was at the beginning of July, so it was like right after. Go to my website and search it, or even I think my Facebook page has the replay on that one. It's phenomenal. Julie says, thank you. You're very welcome, lady. Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, say hi.
Hi.
Okay, go watch your show. I'll be done in a minute, okay? I know. Now everybody's all upset because Daddy came in and then he left again. Hey, what did I say?
Well, I want to talk to you.
No, I'm busy right now, okay? Talk to me in a minute. I'll tell you when I'm done. Oh, she's mad at me. Want to do a run this year, get out of the box. Yes, hey, Janet, you should come on the Foam Fest with us. It was so much fun and it terrorized the crap out of me. Like I said, watch that Go Live. I went over like all the different obstacles and stuff that like scared the crap out of me. It was fun though. I'm doing it again. I bought my tickets already. I'm doing it. It's the beginning of July in Leduc. Let's do this, girl. Anyway, so committing to regular growth and showing up. Those are key to confidence. Learning about imposter syndrome. And I had this lesson this past week. I had a live coaching call with a couple of my mentors in our community, Carly and Allie. And I won it. It was on their page. It's like a different business that they come across. They're not our community specific, but they're within our community. So that's how I know them. And I told them, I'm like, I think I'm experiencing imposter syndrome because I couldn't put those specific words to it. But I was like, I don't feel like, sometimes I don't feel like I'm enough. Like, why are people following me? And this all came from the 75 hard that I'm doing now. I'm in day 13 of it. And I have like just over 20 people following me in this group, and they've joined me on this journey. And I feel so like humbled and proud of all these people like putting themselves through this and like committing to doing 75 days of this challenge. But I'm like, why are they following me? And they say like, well, you've inspired them by your previous journey. You've done it before. So they know that they can trust you to help them through their challenges because you've experienced stuff. And I was like, oh, that's so true. And this was just was it Thursday? I had my call, and it was so crazy. That's what they put it to. They're like the imposter syndrome. So, and I knew the term and I've heard it lots before, and I just didn't put two and two together. So, I mean, this is where we're always learning, right? Like, I'm like, oh yeah, that's what I'm feeling. And I go into the group, every day, and I see their posts and I see, their challenges and I see their wins, and I'm in there like encouraging everybody, and they're like, you have not really fell into the leader role, but you've created this situation where you can lead these people, and they want you to help them. And I'm like, that's amazing. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So I've learned to internalize my accomplishments. So I'm like, that's part of my self-love. And it just boosted my confidence like 20-fold by learning, like realizing that's what I had. So talking to Carlene, Allie as my mentors, talking to people as my peers like Julie and Brandy and Jenna, they're part of my group as well. And Brandy says that she loves going through all of this stuff with me because she's awesome. Love you too, girl. Talking about this stuff can totally build your confidence. Just by realizing that I have imposter syndrome, I was like, holy man, this is crazy. So definitely recognize imposter syndrome. If you don't know what imposter syndrome is, Google it, because you may be feeling it too. And I didn't realize that's what I was feeling at the time. So definitely search that up. Number 5, dress for success. This is one that I don't do and I should start doing, because here I am in my hoodie and my friggin' workout clothes from this morning. I haven't had a chance to change yet. I still have my workout pants and slippers because it's cold in here. I love the idea of working from home because you can do the things like PJ pants, working in your PJs, or no pants or no bra or whatever floats your boat. No judgment. But you dress for the clients that you want, not the clients that you have, or even the lack of clients. If you're experiencing, a lull in your business, people aren't buying what you're selling, stuff like that, maybe that needs to be stepped up a notch. And I know that for sure that's something that I for sure need to do. When you look good, you feel good. And when I wrote that down, I'm like, when I had my eyelashes and my nails done and stuff like that, I felt awesome. And I had them done because we were going to Vegas, and I was like, oh, I need to like tramp it up. But it made me, and I was telling Karen this when I had my identity statement call last month, I'm like, it like gave me that boost that I needed. And I'm like, I felt so empowered when I had my eyelashes done and my nails were done. And you don't get your hair done. I can't do my hair every day. I just don't have the ability, but maybe I should start working on that. So maybe some makeup. I just invested in some lip scents. I don't know if you guys know that brand, but just adding a lip color just gives you that fire that you need, right? So Brandy says she bought 2 new tops yesterday that are pretty yet comfy. Awesome, girl. And Julie says, rocking the full-time mommy look, got to upgrade a bit. I feel ya. And she said also, you should try the magnetic eyeliner lashes. They're amazing look, just like the same. Really? You might have to send me what you use, or even like a link of something that that works really well. Because I am like not adept on like putting stuff on. I could put my contacts in, but that's about it. So that's something that I definitely need to upgrade. She says she bought them because I could afford. Oh yeah, well, getting them done. I had 2 hours laying on that table. I mean, they looked amazing, but Jesus, bring back the 90s hair tools. The clips work amazing. I forgot all about them. I don't even know where to get those anymore. Maybe the dollar store. Yes, lip scents is amazing. So I'm looking forward to picking those up. I picked out like 3 colors and like a gloss. So I'm super excited for those. So dress for success. Successful, confident people get up and get dressed just like a day at the office. Whether you work from home or you don't, dress for the part, the job that you want, not the job you have. Yes, girl, send me a link for the ones that you have the eyeliner and stick on. I think I saw ones for like magnet ones too. I'm not sure how they work, but I'm like so new to this whole I don't wear makeup very much. I wear makeup maybe a handful of times a year. When I had my eyelashes done, I was like, this is so weird. But I felt just so much empowerment from it. So, and that's the feeling that I want all the time. So maybe that's something I need to do more often. Number 6, take an improv class. I know this sounds so weird, but when I was in junior high, I was in drama class and we did improv probably once or twice a week. Hey guys, can you guys share, please? Shay, come get the Mickey Mouse. Look. Hey, Hey, look, Mickey. Come get the Mickey from the table. Yeah. Double magnet one couldn't get them on. No kidding, eh? So when I was in junior high, we did improv 1 to 2 times a week in our class, in our drama class. It makes you think on your toes. It teaches you to react quickly and make decisions. And confident people make decisions. And it's so funny because even in my personal life, my husband's like, what do you want to do with this? Or what do you want to do with that? Or where do you want to go for dinner? Or whatever. And I'm just like, there. He's like, you didn't used to make decisions that quickly. I'm like, yeah, well, maybe I have grown. I think he's starting to recognize that I am more confident, right? And the class, they're supportive because you're all there in it together, right? So they support you and they guide you. They teach you these things. And even doing go lives. Doing go lives are like an improv class. And if you can get the right people, Jason says I'm a bossette. Yeah. If you can get the right people on your go lives, and honestly, there might not be any people on to begin with, and that doesn't matter. But if you can get the right people on your go lives, they can act like a class and support you, just like these awesome ladies are doing right with me right now, like Brandy and Julie and Jenna, because they can support you and they can like type in little comments for you to read off, and these can be like improv class. But I mean, improv class are good too, because then you're not putting yourself out there as much as a go live is. But you can also, like I did here, form a group and do your go lives in here. They don't have to be broadcast to the world, especially at first. Build your go lives inside a group and go from there. So depending on what you do, if you have an online business, if you have an offline business, if you work and you just feel like you need more confidence, all of these things are good. Number 7, produce a high quality personal brand. This is another place where go lives come in. I'm sorry to say, go lives, if you're on social media, go lives are life. And that's just the way it is. Blogs, your posts, any videos that you do, whether it's go lives or not, they all reflect on your brand. And you may not have many viewers or likes or shares or comments at first, but this is where building a body of work that you're proud of this body of work, and it will help you in the future, where you can send people references to posts that you've done, to blogs that you've written, to videos you've done. Brandy says she needs to start doing them again. Yes, girl, go lives are life. That's the way it is in our world. And others can see where you've started. If you start doing go lives and you're really crappy at it, that's okay. That makes you so completely relatable. When you work your way through and you're like a year into doing go lives, like I almost am. Well, I've been doing go lives for a lot longer than that, but it's just this series specifically. And I've taken them and I've put them on my website, right? So you can see this big body of work. This is number 46 of my Monday Go Live. You've got this huge body of work that you can refer people back to. It's like having a podcast. Your blog posts are the same. You all have to start somewhere, right? So when people, a year down the line, people are like, oh, how do I start this? I'm like, you just start. You just start writing blogs. You just start doing go lives. You just start doing a podcast. They're all kind of the same because you're putting yourself out there and you're being vulnerable. But then people have that relatability because people can see where you've come from and how far you've come in your confidence and in your skills. And people are like, hey, if you started there, I can do it too. And that's what matters, right? That's where, the clients and stuff come in. Or if you're doing coaching or whatever it is that you're doing, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5-second rule, 100%. Yes, Brandy, exactly. If you guys haven't been watching, Mel Robbins has a show on TV now, and I've been recording it because it's on at like 4 a.m. And I freaking love it. I love Mel Robbins so much. Her book's amazing, and her YouTube channel's amazing, and now her show on TV. Get it all. I love Mel Robbins. Recognize your value outside of your work. So that's number 8. Self-confidence is rooted in who you are, completely outside of anything. Your business, your mom life, your wife life, your farm life, whatever it is you got going on. Your self-confidence is it's you. So you have to find who you are apart from all that other stuff you got going on. And that's where you're going to find your self-confidence. Do things that help you see your value regardless of success in your business, aside from your work, aside from being a mom, aside from being a wife, aside from whatever else you do things to help you see your value. I used to volunteer a lot. I don't so much anymore because I wanted to focus more on my business, but I do still a little bit of volunteering, meditation, working out, any pro bono work that you could do, things like that help you see your value. That's where you're going to find your self-confidence, and it will come. It will. If you just keep going and you just, like last week, I talked about keeping going even when you don't want to. Doing the little bit of things every day. I've been doing them for almost 2 years, and this is where I'm at now. From that scared little girl that did not want to do anything aside from just stay in my house and raise my kids. Now I've got so much going on. We've got our farm. My husband and his business partner, they're building a business in our shop, so I'm helping them do that. We have our oil field business. There's so much, but this is what I love. Doing this for you guys and being here for you guys and providing value to the world is helping me build my self-confidence. And when I had my identity statement call with Karen, and she was talking about how me coaching people, not necessarily in their business, but in their health, and how I started this extra challenge starting January 1st and like guiding these 20 some people in their journey. And I'm like, she's like, health. You've been in the health industry since you wanted to be a nurse when I was in grade 2. But I did not realize that until I looked inside myself, and I'm like, you know how you are when you're a child is your most authentic self. There's no BS. There's no imposter syndrome because you're like, I am who I am, and you got to deal with it. Right? So that's what matters, is just recognize your value, produce. Hi. Apparently somebody got hurt. Oh, you're okay. Let me see. Should I cut it off?
No.
I don't know. Is it bleeding?
No.
Okay. So, recognize your value outside your work. Produce a high-quality personal brand. Take an improv class or start doing more go lives. Dress for success. Learn about imposter syndrome. Live a life of personal growth. Discard your negative thoughts that you don't need. Strengthen your mind. Those are your 8 hacks to boost your self-confidence. I love and appreciate you guys all so much for tuning in live. I had so many people on today. I had Julie and Brandy and Jenna and Amanda and Jason, and I think somebody else popped on there for a little. Gina popped on for a little while. Oh, yay. I had like so many people on today. So awesome. If you are watching the replay and you are on my website or my YouTube channel, there should be a link around here somewhere where you can subscribe, or you can request access to my group where I go live every Monday, or at least every week. There was one week that I missed. I did it on Wednesday instead of Monday. But I go live every Monday with your Monday morning motivation, and I come up with some pretty sweet topics. If there's anything you guys are struggling with, feel free to drop it in the chat, or message me privately if you don't want it out in the public, and I will do some research and get that out to you guys. You are set to be on it. Yes, you are, girl. Woohoo! Thanks, Julie. Thanks, Brandy. Thanks, Jenna. See you tonight for a team meeting. Well, not Julie, but Brandy and Jenna. Have a great Monday. Have a great week. Stay warm if you're up here in Alberta with the rest of us. Thank you all so much. See you next week. Bye.